We landed 7 interviews across the country in just 3 days, and we did it with one story pitch. Here's how. I'm a 3-time Emmy-winning former television reporter. Are you still marketing and sharing your story like you're storming a castle? Well, stop ramming that gate. Too many people approach marketing like it's a siege, more noise, more blasts, more follow-ups, but not a lot of connections. Journalists, they're tuning us out. Customers, they're deleting our emails. You're doing all the work, but too many people blast noise at others, and we're still getting ignored. The hardest sell is getting someone to care about something outside their attention. And volume's not going to change that, but relevance will. And here's what I mean by that. This is one of the best techniques, and we use it all the time with reporters, and it will work with customers as well. Search Google News or another platform like Google News. Find reporters who already covered your topic. Reference their work with your new angle, and then send your short pitch with a powerful quote. It works because you're not persuading them to care about something from scratch. You're linking to something they already care about, proving that relevance and making the next step for them easy. We've taken this approach, for example, to land a client 7 interviews across the United States in just 3 days. Let's say your service ties to something like fraud. You're trying to stop fraud. Well, search fraud in a platform like Google News. And if you're targeting journalists in a specific area, add the location in your search. And if you're targeting a specific industry, add that information as well. And find and read all the stories about that topic. Then email those journalists and connect with them on social media. A similar approach will work with customers. They love, of course, short tangible value, but you don't want to assume they automatically see the value in what you're selling. Prospective customers often don't have a lot of news stories on Google News, so don't tie into a story. Tie your pitch into current events they're already thinking about. Maybe it's like policy changes or supply chain delays, the holidays, something trending in their industry, or even the weather. You're piggybacking on what they're already thinking about, giving them a tiny reason and that tiny next step to make. Then position your product or service as the solution. If you can target individual customers, read what they're saying on their website. Then mention in your subject or that very first line what you're talking about. That single token of attention makes your message relevant immediately. Does this take more work? Of course it does. However, template blasts, they save time, but they reduce relevance. And less relevance means lower open and reply rates and annoying people, unfortunately. That's not the way to be successful. You can either be lazy or you can be successful. Stop ramming the gates. Find someone already in the castle, invite them in with a single powerful line, and give them the proof they need. Marketing isn't a siege, it's a connection and conversation, and then you're going to see more of those gates open.